crack in there, YouTube? A good friend DaSmerg coming at you. Live-ishness. Just coming at you with a quick little wrap up there on Season 1, and then we're going to hit you over the head with some Season 2 highlights. And what went down at the end of Season 1 there? Well, as you saw, it's in our three-way Online Dynasty Rivalry. By the way, it's me and good friend DaSmerg against two of my good IRL in real life friends. Like, I really need to explain that to you. Anyways, man, it's me against my good friends BA and JimmyB. And as you saw, BA beat JimmyB. Well, I didn't show you highlights for that, but I told you about it. And then BA beat me as well, and I beat JimmyB. So that meant that congrats to belated congrats, I guess, go to BA and his Fighting Amish. He ended up winning the Mountain West Conference. And then we ended up all off in bowl games, believe it or not, so that actually worked out quite well. And I don't know what it is about NCAA, the game, and these bowl games, because for some reason the teams that you play in these bowl games, they're like, "There, what's going on out there?" Pardon me, I don't know, coach. I don't know what's going on. And they always played, historically they've always played really badly. But anyways, BA ended up, and his Fighting Amish ended up playing in the Sugar Bowl against Texas, and he crushed them, and that worked out well for him. And I ended up in the Mako Las Vegas Bowl, and I ended up playing Las Vegas. I ended up playing USC, and they had that's this year's team. They have a really good team, and they're not bowl eligible, but but that's a different story. And I ended up crushing them, and I can't remember who Jimmy played, and he was ended up in the Poinsettia Bowl, and he ended up winning that. So we all end up with bowl games, and we all end up winning them. So good for us, good for our teams, and good for our conference. And let's hit you over the head with highlights from year 2 here. Woo! And I'm going to do something a little bit different this year. Is we're going to do the highlights from both games here in this one video together, because really, you know what? Other than JimmyB and BA's game, which was actually a pretty killer game for our 9-7 victory, but unfortunately. Jimmy and BA, they both live in a different city than myself, and not that it's a terribly long transit or anything like that, but it's a bit of a big deal for me to drag all my gear down there. Unfortunately, I can't get their matchups. I'm going to try to get them up here for a couple of their games at least while we're still playing NCAA before Madden drops, and fingers crossed that Madden isn't too terrible. But anyways, highlights here of myself and Jimmy, and this year I'm actually at both of them. And Jimmy, actually, I do believe he ends up having the wacky thing where he ends up hosting both of us, if I remember correctly. And as I said, Jimmy really got a big giant monkey off his back this year, because he took a massive beatdown from BA last year. That game wasn't even close. That was a 10 interception game, to give you an idea. So it was holy. But me and JimmyB end up playing, not too much of a spoiler here, but we end up playing a pretty close game. You know what? Our last year game was pretty decent too. So I shouldn't say that. Generally, when we play, actually, I don't know what it is. When me and BA play, we get kind of a mishmash, and then of games, lots of blowouts with a few closies, and then what do you call it? Me and Jimmy seem to have pretty good luck in having some pretty good games. So I don't know. Anyways, we're up in mighty Barrie, Ontario, and it's wintry weather. And the nice thing is, with my new router, I finally got my connection issues all sorted out. Actually, I figured out another thing that I've got a NAS box, and it seems like it was interfering with my connection, which was really weird. Anyways, as you can see, lots of turnovers in this one. So far, it's been a little bit on the Hogley side on turnovers, a little bit back and forth, and really nobody doing nothing. And as you can see, we're winding down into the first half here, and it's really going to be nothing game. Well, that was until I threw yet another pick. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Interceptions happen in this game, unless even when you turn it down. And by the way, if you're ever wondering the sliders we're playing on, we are playing on, was it not Heisman, the one below, was it All-Star? The one just below Heisman. Don't believe in playing Heisman. I'm able to answer right back here, by the way. A little flurry of scoring here just before halftime. That was really nice. Nice long TD. And what was I talking about? The sliders that we're playing on. So we're just playing on, not Heisman, the one below it, we're playing on All-Star. And the only things we've turned down is we turned down interceptions. We turned on our coverage. We're playing pretty much on stock settings because, you know what, guys, to be perfectly honest with you, I play this game. You know, again, this is a Gray Bush Gamers perspective on this, and even BA as well, and JimmyB, as we've all played we've all been playing EA's brand of football games since they've been invented. You know, not trying to be, you know, rah about it, or, you know, I know better than you. It's just, man, I got the experience, and it just, like I said, I'm a Gray Bush gamer, but kind of ramble on here about it. But I've tried the different slider sets that are out there. OperationSports.com, by the way, is a pretty good little resource there. Just gotta be careful about how you post there, because they can be a little bit anal, but whatever. Hey, it's their site. I've tried various slider sets, and there's just no getting around, as I call it, the stupidity of the game. Is that the game just calls stupid plays, and, you know, too many different points, and there's no slider for that. And that's what I was, you know, getting back to, is the back end of this game, and I'm really hoping that the back end of Madden's been rewritten a little bit, because if we see the same thing there, it's gonna be the same ugliness too there, man. Because there's, like, again, there's no cure. There's been no cure. I haven't seen a single cure for the game picking stupid plays and stupid situations. And it's like the randomizer is not working very well for them. Anyways, getting back to actual gameplay happening, as you saw, a beautiful little play action touchdown there for you good friend DaSmerg, and a little whew moment there for Jimmy as his quarterback fumbles out of bounds on the scamper. Followed up by a whew moment of myself as my my halfback fumbles on his way out of bounds. But it's you know, too little too late here. I'm able to drive right up on the field here, and going to play a bit of a spoiler here. I'm able to kick the touchdown, kick the field goal, as you could say. And that's pretty much it, folks. So 23 seconds left. Your good friend DaSmerg takes a 17-14 lead and was like, whew, because I needed this. As you can see, I actually became unranked, and I really needed that. What, I ended up losing to Boise, if I remember correctly, going into that game. So here we're going to get into my game versus BA. So this is me at High State, up in the clouds, and unfortunately, I'm really sorry about this, guys, but until EA fixes this, we're going to have this ugly-ass thing to look at, and I like to call those Herman's bullshit victory. Yeah, I was awfully cheesed after this game, so that'll let you know, and we're going to have the little counter go off here, by the way, measuring the nonsense. And I know we all talk about amongst ourselves about this all the time, is if you've been playing the NCAA game for a little while, is that there used to be a momentum meter that was up in the top left-hand corner. That was in 2007. Was the last time we saw, where you could actually see what was going on. And under the hood, guys, I'm sorry to say, but that's still going on. And I don't know why they just don't put it back in the game, so at least you know. And my point is, just put the damn momentum meter back in there, because you can tell the momentum's in the game. Because things just start happening, you know, you start getting these strings of turnovers, you'll get penalty called, like things just do not go your way. And quite obviously there's some sort of level of momentum in there. Just show me what's going on so that I know, okay, well, there's a whole bunch of momentum going his way. I probably don't want to be throwing deep or throwing into, you know, taking a chance throwing in double coverage, or even throwing into, you know, one-on-one coverage against one of his better players, because he's got a bunch of momentum in going his way, so most likely he's not going to go my way, you know what I mean? And as you can see, things are going hogily here for your good friend DaSmerg straight away. A bunch of picks already, and you know, very quickly, all of a sudden it's 17-0. Yeah, well, sometimes that's the way she rolls, you know. I ended up playing one of my subs actually not too long ago, and he was the home team. What did we do? Texas, Oregon? I think he was Texas, and I was Oregon. And same thing there, man. It was just was brutal. He was getting offsides and holding calls, and at home. And what do you call it there? Oh, and look, something finally goes my way. But talking about when I was playing Wild Stallion, by the way. Hey, Stallion, what's up, man? When I was playing him, man, same thing there. It's just he started throwing a bunch of picks, a couple of fumbles, calls start going not his way. You know, and again, that gets back to the momentum meter's still back in there, man. Like momentum's still in this game. Like just give me an indicator, so me as a player, it gives me as a player a tool to say, hey, I need to calm my gameplay down. I need to string some passes together to help take that away. And here we go again. And this game is just like out of control. And it's the double whammy. Oh, by the way, I was cheesed in this game too. BA put on the accelerated clock like at the start of the third quarter. As we always joke amongst each other, it's the old emperor syndrome there. It's and there's another just pile it on.
Hate is swelling in your mouth.
Anyways, there's a bullshit victory, folks. I did at least a little bit of respect there, but come out in victory formation. Then there's your final, 38-7. So there's your matchups from year 2. I already have year 3 already taped up, and the big guy BA there is off on vacay. He's up and doing the cottage thing all week, so we're on a bit of a hiatus, but we're already in season 4, believe it or not. And good news and don't forget to drop congrats to JimmyB. Found out not too long ago he's going to be a papa. Anyways, your good friend DaSmerg, thanks for watching, and we'll be hitting you back more with some NCAA. See ya.